let me just double check that we are indeed. I feel like your positioning is weird, and we're using my old phone so I can show you guys a couple things. I won't keep you here too long. I will not be keeping you here too long today. Right, let me just double check that the stream has actually gone live, and then we can begin today's topic, which is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So today's the day I talk to you guys about accessibility, and on Global Accessibility Awareness Day, we focus on digital accessibility. Okay, so I see here that I am indeed live. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, on Global Accessibility Awareness Day is the day that we talk about digital accessibility and raise awareness for those people who don't know. So like um, websites, the accessibility on websites and on social media, on platforms, on apps, things like that. So that's what basically we talk about today. So I'm just going to show you a couple things that I do as a blind creator or content creator to make my content accessible. By the way, hi, my name is Sylvia and I'm blind. I'm living my best life, taking you guys along with me. I'm here every day for 100 days. Days. As I got to the end of the word days, I was thinking, what day is it? How many? 39? Are we on day 40? We might be on day 40 by now. So yeah, we are on probably day 40, potentially day 39. Um, I think it's day 40, you guys. Yesterday was day 39. Yeah, for 100 days. And I come on here. Sometimes we have like a topic we're talking about, like today, we're going to talk about digital accessibility, and I'm going to show you guys because there's this question all the time like, how do blind people use a phone? How do blind people use a computer? How do blind people read the comments and so on and so forth? And so today is when we really, well, I'm not going to get into it that much, but I'll show you a couple things that I do as someone who makes content that would help other people like me sort of be able to interact with the content. But the point of today is to kind of make the online space more equitable and more equal for everybody. Inclusive is the word, really, inclusive for everybody. So things like captions and including closed captions, color contrast, a bunch of stuff. So again, today's when I show you a couple things that I do. But I won't keep you here too long doing all that. So I have got my other phone here with me because my iPhone. Today you guys are on my Samsung on the stream, and I'm gonna show you guys stuff on my iPhone because I find the accessibility a lot easier on here, and I use it quite like much more. I use it much more. So yeah. Okay, so the first thing, oh, why did it do that? Oh, that's fascinating. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is, yeah, like the things that I do as a content creator to make my content accessible. I made a carousel earlier. I'm trying to see if I'm able to read it. Trying to see if I'll be able to read it, but I might not. I might not. I might just have to direct you to go and read it on my Instagram. And I'll just have to talk freestyle. I can talk freestyle. I'll just tell you just off the top of my head. Um, so this, first of all, this is my phone. The stream is there in the corner. This is, I'm gonna tap that so you guys are not looking at my, so this is my phone, right? How do I make sure you can, it's so bright. Maybe if I turn down the brightness, I usually have the brightness up quite high. I don't know if that's any better, but this is my phone, right? So you guys are always asking me how do I read the comments? How am I replying to comments? How am I doing X, Y, and Z? So I'm going to show you two features that are really, really helpful for me in terms of accessibility and being able to use my phone. And the first one, I've lost it now because okay, I need to change the color. So there's this thing, right? You guys can see that, this thing. Oops, top of the screen. So this is like a compass. I'm going to try and tap on it so I can use it. There we go. So it's like a compass, and this is what I'm usually doing on the screen. Using a phone as a blind person or as a VI person is a two-hand affair. Like I cannot just, quickly one hand type something and go. It has to be both hands because I need to navigate this Zoom. So you can see this is how it looks, right? And all I need to do is, oopsie. Yeah, it's got some settings. When I tap on it, you see it's got some settings there to make, but we're not talking about that today. So all I need to do is tap and it zooms in and I can navigate the screen. And that's how I look at, essentially I look at the comments. That's how I look at the screen. And as you can see, it has settings right here, so I can increase or decrease how much it zooms in. I usually prefer it to be quite high, unless I'm doing something like when I'm designing something on my phone. So I prefer to be able to like zoom out and not zoom in so much. And do you know what I mean? So I can get like a better angle or a better view. But anyway, that's one thing that I use. Let's turn that off. The other thing that I use is, you may have noticed there's a little arrow type thing over there. Did I tap on it? Yep, there's an arrow thing. So what I need to do first before I carry on is pause the stream because I need to turn up the volume. So this arrow thing, right, this one, it basically opens up this menu, and I think it's called speakable speak I don't listen, I don't know what it's called, it's in the settings. um so what it does is I open it up and anything I want to
Today,
hear.
1738, what is GARD? Awareness sees Al. A global movement to raise awareness around include called Piaplian.
So it tried to read what was on the picture, which is amazing. But yeah, I didn't even explain, I just pressed play. So if I press play, it reads anything that's on the screen that is readable content, anything it can read on the screen. Usually it's not very good at reading just pictures, but it tried. Um, and then it can read anything if I press play, and it can be very specific if I use the hand pointer thing and I
Photo,
point.
liftable subject available.
There you go. So if I press on something on a specific area, then it reads that bit out. Um, Hang on a second. I feel like I need to check in on the chat because it looks like there's something's going on. Is something going on in here? Oops. Okay. So, Susanna's asking if I read in Braille. I do not read Braille, me personally. A lot of blind people read Braille, but I'm not one of them. Actually, I don't know if it's most blind people, but I think it also depends. Sometimes people are, it depends on at what stage I would say that you lose your eyesight, or maybe if you're born without sight, because it's technically something you learn in school unless you take the time to go and learn later on in life. But I've found that most people that I know that have lost their eyesight later on in life, they don't learn Braille. We just, especially nowadays with tech, we just learn how to do stuff with technology. But yeah, um, let me see. I think that was it. Yep, that's all I need to. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you guys, like I talk about, speaking of accessibility, as someone who posts stuff on the internet, it's really important that you include things like image descriptions in your posts. So if you look at my YouTube community post, right, which is very naughty of YouTube, they don't have this thing called alt text, which means I can put the text in. I'll show you guys. But it's really important that you include an image description. In my community post, I tend to describe whatever picture that I've posted in there. And another thing that I do is I describe whatever video I've posted, if it's a video, short video, that is, my short videos. And what else? Yeah, that's it. And so it can be that simple, like literally just include it in your caption. Or the other thing, I'll take you on a tour of my Instagram. I'll take you on a tour of my gram. It could be as simple as including the description. Hang on, I'm just gonna try and find. Okay, so this is my post for today, the Global Accessibility Awareness Day post. So it could be as simple as including the description. Where's it gone? Sorry, I'm just finding a bunch of comments. Um, it could be, oh my gosh, come on, girl. Okay, there we go. So it could be this simple, right? You just have a description somewhere within your comment section, and this is what it reads out. Let's just add more volume so you can really see. So you hear that? I've got music on, but I'm gonna stop it quickly before I get copyright. Um,
Shahassan said, "This Global Accessibility Awareness Day, I'm committing to change by sharing how I make my content accessible as a blind creator, from captions to color contrast. Accessibility should be built into content, not added on later. It's not just inclusive,
let's
it's
just turn off
powerful.
the music
Let's raise
because
the
we don't
standard for
want
everyone.
copyright.
Do you know how to make your content accessible? Accessibility descriptions in comments 20 slides. Feature an image of Sylvia, a black woman, who is blind holding her white cane. Background is a sunflower. Image is darkened with white and bright yellow text overlay. GARD 2025 Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Accessible content, disability, inclusion, blind creator, digital accessibility, inclusive design, accessible
So did
social
you hear
media.
that?
She
Like
is
there was a
BSN committing to change
description.
social
I need
media
to pause
tips.
it. Okay. There was a description within my caption of what's in the picture, and that's really helpful for someone who can't see it. Now, for me, I can almost see it if I zoom in, and I know it's my picture, so I know what I put in there. It's my own graphics. I know what how I designed it and everything. But if I'm looking at somebody else's picture, because I can see, right, I use my 5% eyesight, it's not going to be as clear, if that makes sense. I'll be missing a lot of things. And so when someone includes a description of what is in the picture, it's really, really helpful. So I'll show you another example. I will show another example of when there's an image description. So there's a picture of me and my babies, right? I'm just gonna tap right there. Okay, I didn't even show you what I did. I'm gonna open, open this, right? Open this thing, that menu, this thing, tap on the, the pointy thing, and then I need to just point on my screen.
Photo by Shahafs contains product tags, photo of a woman and two children on either side of her. They're all smiling indoors day.
So you see that? So it described what's in the photo. If I didn't put that there, and I'll show you now because what I want to say is like I'm the one who put that there. So if I didn't, let me just show you. Let me just try and I hope you can see my screen. So I'm going to show you if I hadn't put that on there, what would happen. And the way that I do that is I put it in the alt text and see it's right here. So this is what it reads to me or to anyone using a screen reader to describe the picture. So if I go ahead and remove this, but I'm not going to, sorry, I need to move this closer. Am I doing it right? Cut. And you can see as well, like the font on my menu, like anything I'm doing on phone is like super enlarged. So I'm gonna say cut so that I can come back and put it back on and then done. So I've removed the description. Did you hear when it described it? So let's try again. So tap on the thing, oops, there, and then
Photo by Shahafs contains product tags, photo of a woman and two children on either side
wait,
of
why
her.
is it still
They're smiling indoors day.
it's still there. Okay, it's still there. Maybe it needs a minute to let's oh sorry. Okay, let's try again. So let's try that again. Let's see if it's gone now. Because the whatever was just there, the description.
Photo by Shahafs contains product tags, photo of a woman and two children on
It's
either
still
side of
there.
her.
Okay.
They're all smiling
What
indoors day.
images? I need to find an image that's not described. I don't know if I have any because I tend to put alt images in my posts, and I thought I'd show you using an example. This would be a good example. So here we go. Let's see if this one has. Why is it not saying anything? No, no, don't play the music. You see that it's not saying anything. It's not saying anything. It's just silent. Try again. Silence. And so that's why this is helpful. I will show you. That's why this is helpful when I write image ID somewhere in my comments and I do that.
Shahassan said, ID. Photos of Ari, a 6-year-old girl in a Princess Tiana costume. She smiles and patiently poses, sometimes with her hands cupping her chin, or her hands straight down with a wide grin. Cute. Comment was written by the post author.
So you see that? So that actually described the what's in the pictures, right? It's just my daughter pictures, videos and pictures of my daughter. So that described what's in there, and that helps someone who's visually impaired or blind to kind of understand what's in there. And that's why it's important to put alt text. If you can't put alt text, it's not everybody can do that. And as you've seen, sometimes it doesn't work because I've got alt text on this. Woo! No copyright, please. Um, Sometimes the alt text doesn't always work, right? So what you need to do is put a description. And I think a description is a nice low tech sort of way as well to put to have a description in there. Because sometimes I don't know, like screen readers don't always want to behave. Not everyone is using a screen reader as well. I don't always have a screen reader on. Like you see, I've got this thing there on the side, and sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I prefer to use it for larger bodies of text. Um, so another way that I do it rather, and you can too, is I put a description of my videos as well. So I'm gonna try and find a video that I posted recently, maybe, but I don't want the sound on. I don't want it to play the sound. Um, we'll go with where's the description for this? Is it down here? Okay, so we'll go with this one. If you've seen my YouTube, you've seen this video, like you've seen this video, it's in the shorts. Um, so that's just a video, and then this is the description of what's happening in the video. I'll show you the video in a second.
Sylvia is a black woman who is visually impaired. She is wearing a blue wide leg jumpsuit, essentially gallivanting indoors. She smiles, spins, attempts posing etc., sometimes with her white cane, sometimes without. She is also holding her personalized white cane in a blue and clear sparkly candy cane design. Comment was written by the post author.
So when I do that, I've just described, I'm going to turn the volume down so it doesn't play. I've just described this video, right? I've just said what's happening in this video. And for me, again, I think it might be a little bit confusing. It's like, how are you doing that, but you're blind? Because I'm the one who made the video. It would be really difficult for me to be describing somebody else's video. Doing an audio description for somebody else's video would be really, really difficult. So that is called an audio description or just a description, right? But when you make a video, you can put a quick description like that to kind of let people know who can't see it what is in the video, what's happening in the video. The other thing is obviously captions. See the captions there? With anything that I do, I make sure that there's captions, and captions are helpful for everybody. Just like audio descriptions are, to be fair. Like sometimes people read the audio descriptions, they're like, oh, I hadn't noticed that. And they're fully sighted people. So yeah, and they're also helpful also for people who have like maybe processing is it difficulties or disabilities? Just basically for anyone where looking at an image is not the best way to tell exactly what's happening in there. Like maybe it might be a little bit overwhelming, might be overstimulating, rather like a lot happening. So the descriptions are really good for that, and the captions are really good for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. And also everybody watches videos on mute, so everybody is winning when there's captions and a description for us who can't see. So the other way that I make my content accessible is I also do like I describe things on voiceover, like I do audio, actual audio description in my YouTube videos. I'm gonna try and find one now and show you a quick, really quick example, just so you can see what I'm talking about. How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay, I just need to go on my channel. How do I do that? Okay, just trying to find how I can get onto my channel really quickly, onto a video that has some audio description. I'll just look for my most recent vlog. That should do. That should do. but I think it's just like I want to stress how important it is that you do these things, because when you do that, you're reaching more people. You're making sure more people can engage with your content. So yeah, like everybody wins. Everybody wins when you do audio. Okay, so I think this is a community post. Let me see. No, where is that vlog? I'm trying to find a vlog. I've been so busy doing other things. Okay, so there is a vlog right here, and I'm gonna show you how I do audio descriptions. There we go. So this is a vlog starting.
A one spring day in the London Underground. No warning.
No, there's no warning there.
Just what's
It's
up?
all natural.
On. Okay. Well,
Got
anyway,
the
hi.
description. Yeah.
Sylvia is a black woman who is blind. She has amber red hair. She wears a knitted cardigan and a white high neck top. The knitted cardigan has flowers on it, which are raised off, which are 3D and tactile. She holds her white cane, which is sparkly and has a blue and clear candy cane design. No, it's on. I can see the red light.
So I do this throughout the video, but not too much. I structure my vlogs and my videos all together so that I'm able to fit in the audio descriptions, and I try to make them as quick as possible, or as detailed as possible, depending on what's happening, and depending on if I'm able to, if it fits in there, if that makes sense, or if it's necessary, or if I enjoy it. Sometimes I literally just do it because I enjoy it. But yeah, that's one way to do it, and it can be really simple. You heard I actually messed up in that voiceover, and I didn't even correct it. I was like, okay, it's fine. Sometimes I think of it as like I'm just chatting with my friends. I'm just letting them know, like, hey, this and this and this is happening, by the way, kind of thing. But yeah, so those are a couple ways basically that I make my content accessible. Very easy, as you can see, as you have seen, rather. Very easy, super simple steps that anyone can actually take. And yeah, that's it from me for today, honestly. That is actually it. That is it. That is all. Yeah, I've mentioned about the captions. And again, if you have any questions, generally about how I navigate accessibility, or how other people do. If any questions about, how to, if you maybe watch this and you're like, oh, hold on, I can do that. Because this is a good place to start. This is a really good place to start. It doesn't have to be that complicated. You can get more detailed later on. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments if you're watching this back. And thank you so much for listening. I'm gonna go to bed now. Don't forget, no one else is you, and that is your superpower. Live out loud. All right, bye. Take care. Ooh, I'm going to post the carousel into the community post so you can see it in more detail if you want to. Okay. Take care. I don't know where the closing live stream is on this phone, Okay, I found it. I found it.